With over $35 million in cap space, the Raiders still have room to add key players. Every move they make fits into a bigger picture because they know exactly what they want to do with that sixth overall pick in the draft. That's how winning teams operate. Free agency fills the gaps, the draft builds the future. After a short pause, the Raiders got back to work today. But before we break down their latest moves, let's talk about an interesting pickup from a couple of nights ago, cornerback Eric Stokes. A first-round pick by the Packers in 2021, Stokes came into the league with a ton of potential. He had a solid rookie year, but injuries slowed him down, limiting him to just 12 games in 2 seasons. Last year, he bounced back, playing all 17 games with 7 starts. So why should Raiders fans care? Stokes is 6 feet 1 inch, 195 pounds, and blazing fast. He ran a 4.29-second 40-yard dash, or 4.31 depending on who you ask. Long arms, explosive vertical. He's built to lock down receivers. And with Jacorian Bennett already holding down one side of the field, the Raiders needed another solid CB to complete the duo. If Stokes stays healthy, this secondary could be dangerous. That's one part of the plan, defense. Today, the Raiders focused on the other half of their strategy, running the ball. For just $4 million, they brought in Raheem Mostert, a tough electric runner who fits their system perfectly. Speed, vision, toughness, everything they need to keep the offense balanced. And the scary part, this is just the beginning. Mostert is fast, he's tough, he's reliable. But at 33 years old, he's not a workhorse anymore. He's a supporting piece, not the main event. Yes, he finally hit 1,000 yards with the Dolphins in 2023. But in 2024, just one start in 13 games. He's always been a complimentary player in the NFL, not a bell cow back. And here's the real problem. The Raiders don't have a true number one. One running back. Amir Abdullah, a free agent. Zamir White got his shot as the lead back last year, didn't work out. Dylan Laub, still unproven. So what does this mean? The Raiders need a workhorse, someone who can carry this offense and define their identity. And every move they've made so far, it's all pointing to one name, Jonathon Genty Jensen with the 6th overall pick. From day one, Antonio Pierce has made it clear, this team is going to run the ball and play defense. That's the blueprint. And if that's your game plan, you don't just need a running back, you need a star. Yeah, we've all heard it before. Running backs don't matter, it's a passing league. But tell that to teams built around the ground game. If running the ball is your identity, you can't afford to ignore the position. And if there's a generational talent like Genty sitting in the draft, you don't pass him up. People love to say, you can find a running back in the 5th round. Sure. And you can find a quarterback in the 6th round too. Just ask Tom Brady. But does that mean you pass on elite talent? Number. If the Raiders want to build their identity, they have to invest in it. And that means taking Genty in round 1. It just makes too much sense. All right, let's talk about what's next. Who's still available and what the Raiders still need. If you ask me, guard is a major issue. The Raiders are shifting to a power gap running scheme, and right now, their guards aren't built for it. Dylan Parham, too small. Jordan Meredith, same problem. That's why they signed Alex Kappa last week, to add some muscle to the interior. But here's the thing. One guy isn't enough. Even if Kappa plays at a high level, they need another mauler. And guess what? There's a perfect fit sitting in free agency right now, Tevin Jenkins. When he came out of college, everyone thought he was a tackle. But I said it back then, he's a guard. A big, powerful bully who dominates in the run game. If you need a guy to push defenders around and open lanes for your running back, Jenkins is your guy. And the best part? He's not just a run game monster. He's also a rock-solid pass protector at guard. Now, some might say, why not just draft a guard? Sure, this draft is deep at guard, but it's also stacked with elite wide receivers. And here's where smart teams separate themselves. Guards are way cheaper in free agency than top-tier receivers. So, what's the move? Sign your guard now. Draft your playmakers later. This is what's exciting about the Raiders finally getting it right. No reckless spending. No overpaying for big names. Just smart strategic moves. They kept the guys they needed, Let the expensive ones walk and found cheaper replacements who might be just as good, maybe even better. And everything they've done in free agency, it all fits their plan. This team is built to run the ball and play defense, except for one missing piece, the lead running back. And that's why, once again, it all comes back to Jonathon Jenty Jensen in round one. It just makes too much sense. Thanks for watching. See you next time.